So in this video, I want to show you how to create FAQ sections on your Shopify store. I'm talking about FAQ section that is not just visually appealing, but also easily understood so it can get picked by AI for recommendations. And plus, I'll show you how to do this FAQ section on each of your product dynamically. So each of the products have different FAQ section. So first, in order to do this, I want you to understand what Metaobjects and what Metafields in Shopify. So let's think a metafield like a container that is attached to a product. So what you see on the screen, FAQ1, FAQ2, up until FAQ5 are called metafield. It's a container. And in this scenario or on this website, we basically have 5 metafields. A meta-object, in the other hand, is like a template filled with objects that we can put in metafield. So let's take this FAQ again as an example. As you can see, the meta-objects here consists a question, an answer, and possibly an image for the answer. So when we create a meta object, we will define that meta object to be able to hold a question, an answer, and also a picture. This way, every time we create a meta field and reference it to our meta object, we will have the same format. So now let's go to our Shopify settings and let's go to the meta fields and meta object. As you can see here, if we click on meta field section, you will see FAQ1, FAQ2, up until FAQ5. As I explained before, if we go back to our website, we will see 5 FAQ. Exactly. It matched with the FAQ we set up here on the meta field. So each of the meta field you see on this website is actually connected to the FAQ on the back end. I'll go back to our setting, and if you scroll down, you will see the meta object definition sections. So the thing is, before you create a meta field, you need to create a meta object first. And on this step, we need to define the meta object structure first. So since we are building a FAQ template, so here we will create a meta object that can store one single text for the question, rich tag for the answer, and also an image field if we want to upload a picture as an answer. This way, every FAQ entries that we will create later will follow the same format. Still in the same metafield and metaobject section, if you scroll up, you will see the metafield definition section, and you need to click that. So on this tab, you need to create 5 metafield. I'll show you how to do it. So in this each metafield, it will be connected to the meta object that we just created earlier. Here, I'll show you how to create a metafield. Here, we will name it FAQ6, even though we're not going to use it. You can replace the name with FAQ_1. And for the type, we will reference it to the meta objects and choose the meta object that you just created, which is product_FAQ. Don't forget to click save. So that's how you basically create a meta field. For now, I'll delete the meta field that I just created because we already have FAQ1 until FAQ5 meta field over here. The next step you have to do, we will fill this meta object with several entries, which consist of several FAQ question and answers. You just need to go to your Shopify admin, go to content, and click meta object. And once you are on the meta objects, you need to click product_FAQ because that's the meta object that we will fill with entries. So if I click any of this FAQ over here, you will see the template basically match with the meta object that we just created earlier. So again, we will have a question field, an answer field, and an image. Why do we need an image field? So for example, you want to answer a question asking about size guide for your clothing product, and there you can upload the size guide pictures for your customer. Now once you have finished listed all of your FAQ questions, so let's go to one of your products you have in your store. So if you scroll down on this product, you will see the meta field that you just created earlier, which is FAQ1, FAQ2, up until FAQ5. So as you can see here on the screen, in my case, I have all the meta fields already filled. But in your case, they will likely to be empty. For example, here, let's delete one of my meta field because I want to show you how it looks when it's empty. Here, you just need to choose the entries that you just created earlier to the corresponding meta field. Remember that you do not need to fill all the meta field. You can basically leave several fields empty, especially when that meta field or that question is not relevant to your product. So now let's go to our theme and we will edit our product template. First, because you will likely do not have FAQ section on your product template, let's add it first. Once you added the FAQ section, you will likely to see 5 rows by default. Here, since we want the FAQ to be dynamic, you should not type it manually on the box here. Instead, just click this dynamic icon on the top right. So what will happen if you type it manually here? That means the text that you just type in will reflect on every product because every product is under the product template. Make sure to do this step after you fill all the entries on Metafield on each product. In here for the FAQ1, I will connect it to our FAQ1 Metafield. And for the answer on our FAQ1, we will connect it to the answer on our FAQ1 Metafield. I'll repeat all the stuff for FAQ2 up until FAQ5. And if you see over here, we have this image that we use as a size guide for this specific question. And if you try to put it on your FAQ section, you will likely to not be able to upload the image. It's because most likely the block that you selected is basically in the text format instead of pictures. So in order to fix this, you just need to add a new block and make sure it's an image format. And yeah, you will be able to upload the image for this specific FAQ. Once you finish to connect all of the FAQ on each of the products, click save and see the changes on your live website. And in here, next we will create FAQ schema. The reason for this, because we want AI and Google to be able to index our page so they understand what our pages are about. In here, all you need to do just copy and paste each of the FAQ listed on each product. So now let's paste the question and answer for this product to the schema generator tool. Once you're done, this tool basically will generate a new schema for you. Next, all you need to do is just copy the schema and we'll paste it to our product metafield. The way you do it, you need to create a new metafield. We will name it FAQ underscore schema. And if we go to our product setting, you will see this new metafield being added there with the name FAQ schema. And you just need to paste the schema that you just copied earlier from the tool generator to this metafield. Click save. And now if you go back to your live website, you will not see this metafield being seen on the naked eyes. That's because the schema is actually embedded in the page and the one that able to read it and see it's just search engine.